Welcome to an exploration of one of nature's most fundamental processes, fertilization. We'll be comparing how this vital process occurs in both plants and animals. First, let's establish a clear understanding of what fertilization is. Fertilization is defined as the fusion of male and female gametes to form a zygote, initiating the development of a new organism. This video will take a comparative look at the processes in plants, specifically flowering plants, and various animal life forms. Let's start our comparison by examining the process of fertilization in animals. In animals, gametes are formed through meiosis, resulting in motile sperm cells and typically non-motile egg cells, both carrying half the genetic material. Some animals, like many fish, rely on external fertilization, releasing gametes into the water. This method often produces many offspring with low survival rates. Internal fertilization, common in mammals and birds, involves the male depositing sperm directly into the female's reproductive tract, increasing the chances of successful fusion and often leading to fewer, but more protected, offspring. Regardless of the method, the result in animals is the fusion of sperm and egg, forming a single diploid cell called the zygote. Now, let's shift our focus to how fertilization occurs in flowering plants, or angiosperms. The process begins with pollination, the transfer of pollen grains, which contain the male gametes, from the anther to the stigma of a flower, often facilitated by wind or animals like bees. Once on the stigma, the pollen grain germinates, and a pollen tube grows down through the style to reach the ovule, which houses the female gametes. Angiosperms exhibit double fertilization, a unique event where one sperm nucleus fertilizes the egg cell to form the diploid zygote, and a second sperm nucleus fuses with two polar nuclei to form the triploid endosperm, which nourishes the developing embryo. Having reviewed both processes, let's highlight the key differences between fertilization in plants and animals. A major difference is the mobility of gametes. Animal sperm are typically motile, while plant male gametes, contained within the pollen grain, rely on external transfer mechanisms. The mechanism of transfer differs significantly. Animals use methods like copulation for internal fertilization or simply releasing gametes for external fertilization, while plants depend on pollination. Finally, the outcome is distinct. Animals form a single zygote, whereas flowering plants undergo double fertilization, resulting in both the zygote and the endosperm. In conclusion, both processes are essential but executed in vastly different ways. Despite their differences, both plant and animal fertilization achieve the same fundamental goal: combining genetic material to start new life, which underscores the universal principle of sexual reproduction. Fertilization is a critical biological event, ensuring genetic diversity and the continuation of species across the plant and animal kingdoms. Thank you for watching.